Kumusta kayo?
Hello!
How are you?
This is our off-the-cuff December mid-month update.
We are talking about Russian submarines,
Again,
Chinese aggression.
which they blame on Filipino fisherfolk.
China lies.
And we are going to talk about our new mission statement.
The Stealth Runner project.
Kraken's kiss.
And a Christmas gift to the Philippines from us. All from folks to folks. There's been a lot of buzz lately about what's happening in the West Philippine Sea. From mid-November to early December, it seems like China has ramped up its activities in that area, which is making a lot of people raise their eyebrows. We're talking about more military actions and some really tense moments that could shake things up in the region. It's got folks worried about stability and safety out there, and many are urging some good old diplomacy to keep the peace. It's definitely a topic worth keeping an eye on.
Hey there! You know, it feels like we've been sitting around the kitchen table with our friends, sipping coffee and just having a good chat about the world.
Right now, you've got State Department diplomats really hustling to make sure the president's foreign policy hits the mark and tackles the challenges we're facing globally. They're also looking to modernize how diplomacy works, to bring in fresh talent and adapt to the fast-paced changes around us. It's all about keeping lines open to prevent conflicts and encourage conversations, especially as technology and innovation reshuffle the deck in our world today.
So, when we chat about what's going on with diplomacy these days, it's clear that these efforts are super important for creating a better world for all of us.
China has been pretty vocal in defending its actions in the West Philippine Sea, consistently brushing off claims of aggression by insisting that what they're doing is all within their sovereign rights. Chinese officials are quick to stress their commitment to peace and stability in the region, urging for dialogue and cooperation as the way to solve any disputes. They've also been critical of what they see as outside interference, insisting that everyone should respect international law and the principle of non-interference in each other's affairs. Despite the rising concerns from neighboring countries and the broader international community, China stays firm in its position, framing their activities as assertive but legitimate.
The world's stance on China's denials of aggression can be summed up in this clear statement. Actions speak louder than words. The aggressive moves China is making are impossible to deny or dismiss.
Y'all, the world's rebuttal to China's claim of self-defense is filled with tension, as many experts are predicting that a crisis in the South China Sea is not just possible but highly likely in 2024. There's a palpable sense of unease, with analysts questioning whether the U.S. military strategy can stand up to China's rising assertiveness, as recent war games have suggested that any confrontation could lead to significant losses for America. The situation is compounded by a collective action problem, where countries feel stuck in figuring out how best to confront China effectively. Amidst this uncertainty, various strategies from academic literature and security studies are being proposed, but the urgency for a cohesive response grows with each passing day. Let's talk about Russia in all this.
Last Monday, on December 4th, everyone was buzzing about the Russian submarine that suddenly appeared near the coast of Kamchatka. And let me tell you, it definitely raised some eyebrows. Folks were caught off guard, leading to all sorts of chatter and theories about what it was doing there and how it managed to slip past radar for so long.
It injected a good amount of intrigue into the day, making it a hot topic among those curious about military movements and the mysteries of underwater operations. Seriously, it turned into quite the conversation starter.
But, under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, the idea of innocent passage allows all nations, including Russia and China, to sail through another country's exclusive economic zone, as long as they do so peacefully and without any threat.
This means that ships and aircraft from any nation can navigate through these zones without needing to ask for permission, provided they steer clear of activities that could jeopardize the coastal state's security or interests.
It's a smart move to promote freedom of navigation and helps keep things friendly between countries, respecting the rights of coastal states while ensuring everyone gets to use those international waters.
Marcos expressed surprise at the submarine situation and laid out a clear plan of action to address it head-on. He underscored the importance of acting swiftly and decisively in response to this unexpected development, highlighting that it's crucial to ensure national security. With a steady tone, Marcos assured everyone that a strategic approach would be implemented to tackle the submarine issue efficiently, leaving no room for uncertainty or complacency.
Surprised by the submarine's presence, Marcos vowed to act swiftly and decisively, emphasizing the need for a strategic response to ensure our national security.
The Russian submarine that made its presence known in the Philippines EEZ was identified as a UFA 490 class submarine, spotted about 80 nautical miles off the western coast of the Philippines. In response, the Philippine military quickly jumped into action, sending a Navy ship and Air Force planes to closely monitor the submarine's movements as it navigated through the South China Sea. While Russia hasn't made any formal statements regarding this sighting, the situation certainly drew significant attention and concern from the local defense forces.
While Russia has addressed recent events, including President Vladimir Putin's decision to sign a law granting debt forgiveness to new army recruits, enlisting to fight in Ukraine, they haven't issued any specific comments about the submarine spotted in the Philippines EEZ. Instead, Putin has focused on a chilling warning that America risks nuclear war as it ramps up its support for Ukraine, indicating that Russia is more engaged in broader geopolitical tensions rather than discussing the submarine incident directly.
Russia is once again saber-rattling, just like they've done in the past. Since their illegal invasion of Ukraine, there have been at least a dozen instances where Russian officials have hinted at the potential use of nuclear weapons against the US and EU, signaling an alarming escalation in their aggressive rhetoric. This pattern of threats underscores the growing tensions and the precarious state of international relations, keeping everyone on edge about their intentions.
Hello everyone. We appreciate your support on this journey as we navigate the everyday tasks of our business. If you find our content valuable, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps us out and motivates our team to keep creating great material for you.
As we strive to provide you with valuable content and keep our operations running smoothly, we want to share a little bit about what it takes to keep our platform going. The software we use costs over $300 a year, or approximately 17,444 Philippine pesos.
If you can, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/WPSnews. Your contributions will make a real difference and help us sustain and improve our work.
Now let's talk about the Stealth Runner.
Or Kraken's Kiss.
Just to confuse the enemy.
This is why we are here.
Stay with us on this one because we have a surprise at the end. Remember, it is Christmas time.
Imagine a high-tech, non-violent guardian of the seas. That's the Stealth Runner project. It's a bold plan to protect Filipino fishermen and defend our maritime territory, the West Philippine Sea.
This vital sea is a treasure trove of resources, but it's also a hotspot for tension and conflict. Our fishermen, who rely on the sea for their livelihood, face threats and harassment. The Stealth Runner is our answer, a fleet of advanced patrol vessels equipped with cutting-edge tech.
These boats aren't just for show. They're designed to deter troublemakers, protect our fishermen, and keep the peace. We're not about confrontation. We're about diplomacy and sustainable resource management. By strengthening our maritime presence, we're sending a clear message. We won't back down.
The Stealth Runner project isn't just about boats. It's about safeguarding our nation's future. It's about empowering our fishermen, protecting our environment, and asserting our sovereignty. Let's make waves together and secure a brighter future for the West Philippine Sea. Here is the point which is being missed.
Once all the legal necessities are attended to and we build the Stealth Runners, we are donating them to legitimate fisherfolk groups around the Philippines so they can use them on their own independent patrols of the West Philippine Sea.
We will keep one for our own use and to go there to protect our waters. We hope to be out there in the front of the fleet, but we are not selling these.
This is not every man for himself. We are all in this together.
That is why we are asking for your help.
As we wrap up our presentation, let's take a moment to reflect on the significance of the Stealth Runner project. Picture this, a high-tech fleet of patrol vessels standing as guardians of the West Philippine Sea. These boats aren't just vessels, they are symbols of our commitment to protect our fishermen and assert our maritime sovereignty. This initiative goes beyond just safeguarding the sea. It's about empowering our communities and ensuring a sustainable future. Just as our ancestors rallied during tough times to defend our nation, we now call on you to join us in this vital mission. Together, we can make waves for a brighter, more secure future. Let's protect our waters and support our fishermen. Your involvement is crucial, and together, we can turn this vision into reality.
Well folks, that's a wrap on today's episode. We covered a lot of ground from the recent uptick in Chinese aggression in the West Philippine Sea to the surprising appearance of that Russian submarine.
Exactly. It was eye-opening to discuss the diplomatic efforts underway and how countries are responding to the escalating tensions. It really paints a picture of the current geopolitical landscape.
And let's not forget the alarming threats from Russia that have been popping up since their invasion of Ukraine. It's clear that we need to stay vigilant and informed about these developments.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us today, and remember to follow us on social media and subscribe for more insights. We'll see you next time as we continue to unpack these critical issues shaping our world.